I just want to say something. I think the two mics are too close.
Let me explain to Mayor. We're not going to see everyone because it's zoomed into the YouTube. I just can't. This is really too much.
I think the two mics are too close.
These are the, right now we have the same microphones on that we had last week. Except the fact that yours is open. Close yours.
What?
Are you?
No, my mic is closed. Everything is closed.
I don't know where the feedback is coming from.
I don't know. I have no
I
idea.
think the two mics are too close.
Maybe it's
These are right now we have the same microphones on that we had last week.
maybe your
Take away the mic. Oh, you did. What about this? Is this?
Okay, Mayor.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. Joy, it's because
I see you through the YouTube.
I mean, no. Hold on.
Judy's on YouTube. Jen Still, Dana Sabeski.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Joy, it's 'cause
I see you through the YouTube.
I mean, no.
There's a little delay in the sound. The people are on. I'm on. There's a little delay in the sound.
Maybe I'll take this out.
The people are on.
I'm gonna take this out. Hello? Can you hear me? Like recording and. Maybe I'll take this out. Hello? Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Our video is on though. It is. Maybe tag yourself. Tag yourself.
Hear us?
Okay, can you tag?
Maybe your phone is, I have no idea.
I just need to be in communication with you to know.
Yeah.
Can you tag yourself to make yourself the main screen? Because you're a host.
There is no, actually, oh yeah, I guess I am the host.
Okay.
What is it? I don't even know what it means to tag myself.
Okay.
There is no, actually.
Wow, it's such a substantial delay.
Hello?
Hello,
Did I reach Temple Beth-El?
yes.
Who is this?
Who's this? I don't know. Who are you?
I'm Cindy Gold. I've been trying to get you for 5 minutes.
Hello,
Great,
Cindy.
Cindy, I'm glad you're here.
Cindy, you're somebody.
I've been trying, but I kept on doing the one. Okay, I'm here. Beth-El?
Yes.
You
Yeah,
can't
hello.
see me, but I'm here.
Who is this?
Yay, Cindy, it's Mayor and Tara. And
Okay, did it start yet?
Cindy Gold. I've been trying to get you for 5 minutes.
I was trying to get you, and they kept on asking me for different passwords. Has it started yet?
Here. You can't see me, but I'm here.
Yay, Cindy, it's Mayor and Tara.
Okay, did it start yet?
Cindy
Gold. I've been trying to get you for 5 minutes. I've been trying to get you, and they kept on asking me for different passwords. Has it started yet?
Zoom room account. I mean, that's what I'm now. I'm not, that's how I started the
Oh,
whole
you have
thing.
to log, you can't use the link. You have to log in from Zoom to make yourself the host, not from the link. Did you log in from Zoom?
I am the host. I mean, I don't know if maybe I'm not.
I think you're not. I think you would close it all down and come in from Zoom.
So I don't know what you're talking
Okay.
about. I did the same thing today as I did last time.
Oh, it's interesting though. It says assign and leave. No, he is the host. He is the host. So it doesn't, it says Temple Beth-El host me. Yes. Mm-hmm. No, he is the host.
Yeah. I have no idea what to do. I went-
I think
Leave
that's
how?
good.
What do I do to leave?
So I'm gonna
Just,
leave
I just
and
leave
come
the
back.
meeting here. I'll
But
leave
you
the
have to end the
meeting.
meeting.
No,
for all.
I do?
Leave
So then
meeting.
tell them
You
you're
have to
gonna
sign
go.
a host. We're gonna sign Joy as the host.
Right.
Assign me. Hi, everyone. We're almost there. I think Joy's gonna get her to assign me as the host. Or you as the host.
I can, I have,
You're not the host, correct?
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea.
Hello.
Joy is the host. Joy is the, Tara, Joy is,
Because in order to leave the meeting,
hi, Jane.
Okay.
How are you?
Okay. Where do I do the? Mm-hmm.
It's good to see you, Jane.
It's great to see you always.
Hey,
Good day.
This is stop live stream. Wait.
Now feels okay to me.
Oh, jeez. That's security, right? The three blue dots.
and then leave meeting.
Enable waiting room by disabled. Oh, I want to do that. Wait, if you disable the waiting room, wouldn't that let people in?
Yes,
Oh, no.
yes. The YouTube is working, according to Stu.
Okay.
Just go with the service. So let's,
Okay, if you disable the waiting room, shouldn't that let people in?
yes.
Yes, so do that.
Okay,
And
I did
and
that.
can you make us the host?
No, let her.
Because that way, or if you want to stay on and just mute people as they come in, but you'll have to actively mute people the whole time, which is great if you
Would
want.
be a great help.
Everyone except for us.
Yeah, because I don't have I don't see anything that tells me to.
With them and okay.
Okay, go ahead. All right, I'll do it.
Actually, mute.
Mute yourself.
We can, if people know.
And mute me.
All right. Got you the best. Hey, everyone, thank you. Sorry.
Can
that
you
was a
hear
little
us?
Give a
Yes.
thumbs up if you can hear. Okay, Shai, hit it. We're gonna start with a nigun. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya 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 la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la. Ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la. Ooh. Shabbat shalom. Okay, because of those technical difficulties, I think we'll go right to candle lighting. I'm going to turn around this so you can see Mayor is here. I guess I'll light it. Please join with me in the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת.
Amen.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Good to see Shai.
We're socially distanced from Shai, but we're glad he's here.
Exactly.
Let's continue on page 12, L'chu ner hanena. L'chu ner hanena, ya la 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 la, nahari ya, l'tzo yisheinu. L'chu ner hanena, Adonai, Aliyah, l'tzo yisheinu. Nekama, banav l'toda, bizmirot, na'aliyot, neranena, ya la 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 la, Aliyah, l'tzo yisheinu. Ya la ya la ya la, ya la la ya la, ya la ya la, ya la ya la. Page 13, Shiru Ladonai Shir Hadash. Shiru Ladonai Shir Hadash. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai
bachu shema, masru miyom leyom yeshuatot, sapru vagoyim kerevodo, bechol ha'amim niflotam, gadol Adonai, u'me'olam me'od, al kol Elohim, yair Eloi, kol Eloi, ha'amim elim, ba'adonai, shamayim ha'asam, od le'adam, le'bana, v'tiberem be'mikdasho, alay, 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 ay, 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 alay, alay, ay, alay, alay.
So tonight we're going to count the 30th night of the Omer. That means we're getting close to Lag BaOmer, the 33rd holiday in Omer. And on the 30th day, we're supposed to think about Hod, a quality of humility, but Gevura V'Hod, which is strength inside of our humility. And maybe we're strongest when we become humble and when we think about all the forces that enable us to be strong. Maybe some of them coming from within ourselves, from the mystery of our own strength, and many from beyond. It's so beautiful to see the banner outside of Temple Beth-El, talking about our frontline workers and offering thanks. So Adonai Oz Le'amoyitain is on 19. Oz is strength, thinking about what gives us strength. Arriving at Lechadoti, when we get to that last verse, Boi v'Shalom, I invite you, if you want, when that final verse to rise, to face your own door. The beauty of Shabbat, that it can come into any space. Maybe it's a beautiful wooden chapel, or maybe the Shabbat bride can trickle into your own home, even if the laundry's not done yet. She'll still come. Lechadoti, page 20. Verse 2. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לחדותי לקראת קלה שבת לקרלה לחדותי לקראת קלה ונשמה לקבלה. Verse 5. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך ומאורי, אורי, אורי, שיר, דברי. כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לחדתי, לקראת קלה ונשמה לחדתי, לקראת קלה ונשמה לקבלה. Verse 9, welcoming the Shabbat room. בואי בשלום עצרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצורה, טוב אמוני סגולה. בואי קלה, בואי קלה, לחדותי לקראת קלה, ונשמה נקבלה. לחדותי לקראת קלה ונשמה נקבלה. הללויה, 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 Continuing with the Baruch Hu, page 28. Adonai, The next bracha, the next blessing is all about nature. We've had these beautiful super moons or flower moons, they're called, massive, massive full moons. So be sure to look at the sky. I don't know if tonight's the night, but soon. Praises for nature, 31. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into night as heaven spans to infinity. You set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. 32, Avat Olam. Avat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Avat Torah u'mitzvot, kibbutz mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Akein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shapeinu u'b'kumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismat b'divrei Toratecha, u'b'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu le'orech yameinu, le'orech yameinu. Ulahem nehege yomam v'layla, yomam v'layla. Ve'avatecha al tasiru mimenu le'olam. Adonai, Elohim among Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. If you were standing, you might be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמן. We move to Micha Mocha, our prayer for freedom, for expansiveness, for growing, even in the places when we might feel like we're in Mitzrayim, a place of constriction, the idea that we can jump into the sea, we can make a difference in so many ways. Page 40, Micha Mocha. So we've been working every once in a while, actually a couple times a week. Meals on Wheels in Manhattan ends up having some extra meals, and we get a call that they can be dropped at Temple Beth-El and picked up for local hungry people. And I was just amazed to see on Wednesday, 54 meals arrived and they put down under our awning, and within an hour they were gone. Our amazing Bertha over at St. Al's contacts families, and the speed at which this food was gone was both heartening and heartbreaking. I read this week in an article that there is a tremendous rise in food insecurity, as might be expected, way more than happened in the last recession. According to surveys of mothers, nearly 1/5, 20% of young children in the United States are not getting enough to eat. That's a survey by the Brookings Institute. The rate is 3 times higher than in 2008. Lauren Bauer, a Brookings Fellow in Economic Studies, found that 17% reported that children were not eating enough. And this is pretty alarming. These are children. Households are cutting back on portion sizes. They're having kids skip meals. So we are going to be trying in the coming weeks to develop actually a core of volunteers who can come on short notice. They'll have a day in your calendar and come and just be present as people come and take meals. This is a time to lean in. This is a time when so many do not have a safety net. And Hashkivenu is about safety. It's about a sukkah shalom. May we continue to strive to be that for each other in our own community and beyond. Page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Ve'amitenu Shomreinu Lechayim Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha Ufros Aleinu Rosalenu, Sukat Shlomecha, Hashkivenu, Adonai, Eloheinu, Shalom. Ve'hamidenu, Shomrenu, Shomrenu.
Vishamru is on 44.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. שמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ויהיו בין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. בששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
This week's parsha is called Emor, means speak. And a lot of times when we pray, we think about maybe something that happens actually spoken. And Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav teaches actually that it's not enough to have yearnings that are not articulated. That actually, Rabbi Nachman teaches you're supposed to say out loud what it is you truly desire. Maybe it's fantastical wishes, or maybe it's something just modest, but actually articulate it to yourself. And he teaches that every time that you're able to actually put into words what it is you want, a messenger, an angel, a soul is born. So whether you're speaking out loud or just in a whisper, make sure to take this moment of the Amidah to articulate.
Speak it out loud. Don't keep it inside. Put it out there.
If you're able to rise comfortably, please do around 46.
Adonai Sabaoth Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imateinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Maybe Gurali Baby Leman Shimoya Elepose Shia Pola Lamanai Lekaye Pola Taranda Shia Gorigata Melakani Melpese Melaye
Continuing at our own pace, seated or standing, the meditations on the following pages, or just the meditations of your heart. Taking a few moments for private prayer. Turning into 253, offering Yishaberach, prayer for healing. So many names. Mishaberach Avotenu Mikol HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
לאבותינו, מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Let's close and lead up healing with refuah shleima. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Thank you, dear Tara and Shai. I've had this thought many times that every sermon of our Torah is really, its purpose is as a Misha Berach, a prayer for healing. That's, I think, the purpose. So it's helpful to actually move into this moment as the speaker with that kavanah, that intention in mind. Rhetorical question, kind of. Did you hear about the latest idea for a beauty pageant? It's the Miss Hitler 2020 beauty pageant. I'm not kidding. Miss Hitler 2020. Neo-Nazis are quite clever. The pageant is online. Sexy Nazi-themed photos and beauty contestants, along with a text for each of the contestants saying why they, quote, love and revere the Third Reich of Adolf Hitler. There's physical beauty, and there's the beauty of how they express their love of Hitler. Clever and very horrifying. GoDaddy is the owner, many of us are probably familiar with this, of millions of internet domain names, and they've been convinced now, GoDaddy, to take down this domain. As if the coronavirus is not enough for us to worry about. We have also a Miss Hitler beauty pageant as well. Tonight, though, I want to tell you a story about a superhero. Our superhero is central to the story of Lag BaOmer. Tara mentioned it early on, which will be this Tuesday. Lag BaOmer. Omer is this 49-day counting. Lag is a gematria. Lamed is 30, and Gimel is 3. Adding up to 3, the 33rd day of this period of time. As we said, it's on Tuesday. And Lag BaOmer is supposed to be, say the rabbis, a day of joy. The 33rd day of the Omer, which is always the 18th of the month of Iyar, is always supposed to be a day of joy. But of course, why? What's going on? Why is the 33rd of the Omer a day of joy, and not the 32nd or 34th? And here's the short answer. Some of you, maybe many of you know this. 1900 years ago, roughly, there was a plague during these first 32 days of the Omer. So says the Talmud in Tractate Yevamot, that during this time period, the first 32 days, we're in it right now, a coronavirus of sorts struck thousands of people. Yes, it sounds familiar. And yes, in addition to this virus at that very time, there were Romans who hated Jews and were happy to see our demise. Maybe not dissimilar from the beauty pageant folks. But this deadly virus, says the Talmud, killed 24,000 Jews, all of whom were the bright lights of their time. Say the Apple, Google, Amazon whiz kids, all 20-somethings. That's who they were. For over 4 weeks, 32 days, 4 weeks and several days, these young superstars, they died. And it seems that all of them died, 24,000 in total. Talmud's pretty straightforward about it. But on this day, the 32nd day of the Omer, really as we move from the 32nd to the 33rd, the virus stopped. And so Lag BaOmer, the 33rd day, became a day of great joy. We rejoice, understandably, because the virus went away. It's not too hard to understand. But is there some deeper reason for this joy? Because after all, it may well be, the Talmud seems to say it pretty simply, that the plague stopped, yes, but only after killing all 24,000 of these young people. There simply weren't any young superstars left. I want to give credit for this question and the beautiful answer that I hope you'll experience to a man named Rabbi YY. It's how people refer to him, Rabbi YY Jacobson. He's become a new, honestly, and a cherished teacher of mine. And so I'm thanking Rabbi YY. And here's where our superhero comes in. You've heard of this superhero. It's not Sandy Koufax or Hank Greenberg or some of the other Jewish heroes of our youth. But the superhero was Jewish, and his name was Akiva. I'm speaking about Rabbi Akiva. He's our superhero. Most of us know his name, but sadly, very few of us actually know his story. And it's an amazing story, a truly powerful story. Our greatest sage of all time, many say, Akiva, he had actually no Jewish ancestors. His parents converted to Judaism early in the 1st century CE. And up until he was 40 years old, Akiva was an uneducated shepherd. At 40, he didn't even know the Aleph Bet. At 40, he started his education. Not a PhD, mind you, or an MBA, JD, or a graduate degree, the Aleph Bet. I want to focus on 3 stories, 3 moments in Akiva's life. And I also want to thank a few TBEers, some of you are here now, I can see, who in the last week have helped me think about Rabbi Akiva's life. So you know a lot of this and you helped me internalize it, so I thank you. As I said, at 40 years old, Akiva was a successful shepherd. He was a single man, no wife, no children. Maybe he was actually asking himself, is there anything more for me? Am I supposed to achieve anything else in my life? Is there one more calling to hear, to respond to? Does God have in mind for me anything more? We can imagine these questions were in his psyche because of the first story. Some of you know it, maybe many of you. Akiva was sitting by a stream, watching the drops of water flow over a rock. As he watched, it occurred to Akiva that each drop of water had the effect of softening that very hard stone. That single stone was way older than 40 years old. Akiva thought to himself. He was struck by the fact that even a stone could change. Even that old stone was being softened, shaped, transformed. Akiva got up from that moment and decided it was time for him to learn to read. He decided to learn the Aleph Bet. Not philosophy, not metaphysics, just the Aleph Bet. And immediately after this realization, Akiva met Rachel. Rachel, who was the woman who will become his wife, and the woman we later learn had so much faith in him, in Rabbi Akiva. Everything Akiva became, actually, was because of Rachel's faith in him. So story number 1, it's about these drops of water. Drop, 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 drop. The power of a drop of water. Here's story number 2. Per their agreement, Akiva leaves home, leaves his new wife Rachel, and goes off to study. He learns and learns, not only the Aleph Bet, as you well know, but he becomes our people's greatest sage. Akiva is so beloved that eventually 24,000 of our best and brightest students choose him as their teacher. Akiva is Harvard, Yale, the Technion, Hebrew University. That's the idea. And then the plague. A contagious virus takes the whole class of students. All of that investment of time, energy, love, hope, faith of Akiva's lost, gone, no more. Let me be clear. Tonight I want to focus not on the cause of the virus, but on Akiva's response to that tragedy. Tonight my focus focuses on the superhero's response, on the Jewish response to the virus. Trying, of course, to understand the cause is very worthy and worthwhile, but that's a talk for a different moment. Akiva is now in his late 50s, maybe mid 60s, and his life work is devastated. 24,000 students have died. The world's most brilliant generation of young scholars fall to a plague. What should he do? What would you do? What would any of us do? What are we doing? Story number 3, third and final story. Rabbi Akiva takes a trip to Jerusalem. He's with 3 of his peers. They've all been around. They've seen quite a lot over the years. They walk up to the temple, to where the temple had stood before 70 CE, before it was destroyed. This was years before. Right in front of their eyes, they see a fox running freely on the temple grounds. Many of us have been there, actually. There's no way a fox could roam freely. Akiva's 3 peers begin to weep, tears streaming down their eyes. They're devastated. They cannot bear seeing a fox desecrate the grounds where the holy temple is supposed to stand. The sight is all but overwhelming for them. But Akiva was smiling. He was nearly elated. And his colleagues were mystified. Why, Akiva, are you smiling? Why are you happy and seeming to be comforted? Here's his answer. There was a prophecy, he said, that this temple would be destroyed. When I was young, said Akiva, I went to the temple. I never believed that prophecy. I didn't think that prophecy that the temple would be destroyed was serious. I thought it was hyperbole. Most of us didn't believe it. But there was another prophecy as well. That one day, grandparents would stroll these grounds in ease. That one day, young boys and girls would sing and dance and laugh in Jerusalem and celebrate their lives at this very spot. Before the temple fell, said Akiva, I didn't believe the second prophecy either. But when the first prophecy came true in 70 CE, just 30 or so years ago, I came to realize that the second prophecy would too. Since the first prophecy was fulfilled, I knew the second one will also. The Talmud says Akiva's friends were comforted. They told him so. Standing in front of a desolate temple grounds, Akiva had the faith that one day, beautiful and idealistic Jews, old and young, religious and secular, would walk those hills, fill those streets, and pray with their hearts. And so what did Akiva do? He went south from Jerusalem and found some new young people. He went south. He found one student. He found a second student, a third, ultimately 5 students. He went from the gadol of 24,000 students to 1, and ultimately to 5. The Talmud tells us explicitly he found 5 students. We actually know their names. Here's why Rabbi Akiva is a superhero worthy of us adults. This is not just a story for children. At 40, he was nothing but a shepherd. He was illiterate. At 40, he had no wife, family, no savings, no honor, garnished, as some of us I heard in my home as a boy. At about 64, he lost everything. His fame, his honor, his 24,000 students, they all died. It would have been completely understandable for Akiva to step down, to retire, to let others run things. But at about age 64, he started over. Just 5 students. From a packed stadium to a very small room. And here maybe is why Lag BaOmer is a day of joy. It's about one drop. the power of one drop of water, the purity of one Hebrew letter, the potential of one Jewish student. What does this mean for us? Where are you? Where are we? It would make a lot of sense for any of us to forget about our Jewish stuff, to let go of our Jewish identity, to forget about that Jewish spark, to abandon that Jewish flame that I know for sure exists within every one of us. Do you think this is a story for children? I hope you don't. This, in my opinion, is a bona fide story for us adults. We desperately are in need of a real superhero. We have good reason to feel a little cynical or a lot cynical or doubtful or dismissive. But consider this. Akiva was right. He was right. Last year on Lag BaOmer, 500,000 Jews went out to celebrate in Israel on the very day of Lag BaOmer on Tuesday. And not just on that day, but every day of the year. There are grandparents who slowly stroll the streets of Jerusalem and around the Temple Mount. Every day of the year, there are young people, young boys and girls singing and laughing and dancing and crying together in Jerusalem, right where Akiva stood, right where he knew that we would stand today. The joy of Lag BaOmer, yes, it's because a plague ended. But yes, it's also because of what a superhero taught us. The potential of even one student who might become 2 and 3 or 5. The purity of one letter, an aleph, bet, shin, or taf. The power of one moment of Torah, of Jewish learning and Jewish living. Any and every Saturday morning, you can do it with us. You can experience it for yourself. And so I want to bless us all with courage and faith to not waste the precious opportunity that Corona offers us, with confidence that you too can learn an aleph or a bet, with openness that you as well can feel the drops of Torah water softening your heart and expanding your mind. No matter our age, we can soften our hearts and deepen our minds. We can learn from a fox who runs free, a rock that softens, and a superhero who started with nothing and forever had the faith in one drop, a single drop of water, a single letter, a single student. Shabbat Shalom. We can turn to page 282, Aleinu, and if you want to rise, please feel free to do so.
Aleinu Shabbat Ladon Rakon, Latin Kulan Yosem Reishi, Shehu Notesh Shemayim Yosem Aretz, U'Moshe Yikareo B'Shemayim Yina'ar, Shivatu Zovekavim Berumim, U'Eloheinu Eloheinu, Anachnu Kolim, U'Mishavim U'Modim, Tifnei Melech, Machei HaMelachim,
HaKadosh Baruch Hu, 240-287. Amen.
Haya Adonai, Ayom Nahu, Ayom Nahu, Adonai Echad, Shemo, Shemo, Shemo,
Seated. We now come to Kaddish. You hear the name of someone you're remembering. Even at home, you can still rise when you hear that name. This week marks the passing of Dolores Goritsky. She was laid to rest this week, and Zisha Ben Hana. And in the past 30 days, Howard Extract, Herbert Lymansk, Maurice Dean, David Appelman, Arlene Schneidman, Barbara Bartner, Helene Raymer, Helen Raymer, and Mildred Spar. And the Yortsites this week for Joan Baer, Jeffrey Cohen, Gladys Feldstein, Alex Ginsberg, Pauline Gross, Pearl Grossman, Emil Hirsch, Nathan Crown, Martin Krohn, Greta Liebach, Carrie B. Lyman, Carol Marsh, Hans Monaster, Sally Nevins, Natalie Pilevsky, Bertha Pollock, Alan Schneider, Saul Tannenbaum, and Paul F. Wollner. All those we name as well in our hearts. It's your custom to rise for Kaddish. We do so now. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrah chilutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei b'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman karib v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei kudsha b'rikhu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'miran bi'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru amen. And we continue with
Counting,
the counting of the Omer.
Let's see, it's on page. Oh, yeah, right. Shy, thank you. We'll sing the blessing. I think, I can't remember where it is now.
I had it marked.
Did
Let's
you?
just sing it.
Okay, we'll sing it. Hineni mochan zuman, hineni mochan zuman, hineni mochan
278, 278.
zuman, lekayem mitzvah 278. Lekayem mitzvah taseh. Moshe katuv b'Torah, hineni muchanu lezruah. Moshe katuv b'Torah, hineni muchanu lezruah. Usirotem lachem at Shabbat, hineni muchanu lezruah. Omer v'yachem, omer atnufa, hineni muchanu lezruah. Now the blessing, 278.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer.
Amen. And today is the 30th day of the Omer Hayom Esrim Yom Shehem Arba Shalom.
Shloshim.
Shloshim, that's it, yes. 30 days, Shloshim Yom, which is 4 weeks and 2 days of Yom. Great.
So we have a number of announcements. Will you bring maybe?
Yes.
Let's see, come to the virtual Oneg after services. You can find the link. All virtual links are on the website and certainly in our latest Shabbat email. And that technology will be smoother than this is. So join for the Oneg with your cookies or wine or dinner or whatever, just for some fellowship. Torah study tomorrow morning, 9:15 with Rabbi Mulbaum. And then Havdalah in the evening at 6:30 with the Mulbaum Lapin contingent. There's so much going on. Reminding you, morning minyan, Monday and Thursday, 7:15. Tot sing along at 10 a.m. I didn't write the day again. I think it's Mondays and Fridays. What are you pointing to? Okay. Let's see. Coffee with the clergy, Monday and Wednesdays. It continues. Just come hang out with us at 11:30. Lunch and learn with on Thursdays with Rabbi Meir. Learn Hebrew with David Wolf on Wednesdays at 7:30
p.m.
Yes, and that's not morning minyan. And there's an opportunity to learn sign language with our wonderful Sarah Gottlieb, our youth group person, and much more. That's on Wednesdays at 7. They just had one class last week, so I think you could join if you wanted to. If you need a Siddur, let us know. You can follow along that way. We are also going to be starting, for anyone who's in mourning, the opportunity to say Kaddish together as a community just via conference call on weeknights. So starting at 9 p.m., it will be very, very quick. We're going to be emailing the link, but you can just call and we'll have 10 minutes together to say Kaddish and find community before closing your evening, just as a touch point of comfort and meaning. And we do have a few tribes, small groups that are they've begun, but you're welcome to join. One is a mourners tribe, unfortunately, for those who are mourning in this time of isolation. Another group, if you're in quarantine and you live alone, nice to have an opportunity and get some good hints from others that are in the same situation. And there's another one as well, if COVID has affected your life in any way. So you can, again, find all those links. In so many ways. So let's see, lots of stuff coming up. May 12th, master class taught by Steve Verkman at 8 p.m.
Yay, Steve,
on Jewish
awesome.
baseball grades,
Yay.
vintage cards and memorabilia.
Oh, don't miss
fun.
this for anyone who's even vaguely a baseball fan.
So that's Tuesday, May 12th,
Amazing.
Thursday,
Yeah, that's right.
May 21st. The sisterhood book discussion has been postponed, but there's 2 other things happening that day. We're going to be collecting. There was this amazing baking effort last week, and now we're going to do it again. And baked goods will be collected on the 21st for our local hungry families. You can come to the parking lot between 2 and 3 p.m. And our own Stu Botwinick will be teaching a master class on the Jewish North Shore, 7 p.m. on the 21st.
Wow.
It's a ways away from now, but Shavuot is coming.
Not so far.
We've on May 28th, we're going to be doing an Erev Shavuot service with Temple Isaiah, 7 p.m.
Thursday night, the 28th of May, Thursday night.
Friday morning, Yizkor, and then we'll be honoring our graduates that Shabbat, May 30th. Mark your calendars, May 31st, Great Neck's annual rabbinic dialogue will continue as it has in the past, but via Zoom.
Kavod during COVID, or as I was aiming for, from COVID to Kavod.
And a sad but also bittersweet. We'll be bidding farewell to Rabbi Mulbaum and Cantor Lapin. Our farewell service will be on Friday, June 12th. So people will be offering some words and remarks. But if you want to drive by and actually see them, they will be standing on Sunday, the previous Sunday, June 6th. They'll be standing outside under the awning, and we can drive by and blow kisses. So, so lots going on as always.
Thank you, dear Shai. Beautiful, so different, so much better than you.
I know Zoom doesn't do the justice to the piano, but it's there, and we're going to keep working on our technology. I promise.
There are a number of technology-related improvements that we're hoping to integrate over the next couple of weeks. So we can raise our Kiddush cups at home if you've got it in front of you. Kiddush is on page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri ha'kafim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam,
אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. קיבלנו בחרת, אותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
We have a double portion of challah tonight, raising it up. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Closing with the melody that we began with. You don't have the Hebrew in front of you, but it's a beautiful, beautiful sentiment for reaching towards light, even in dark times. The Hebrew is va'afilu ba'astara shebetoch astara, even in the hidden thing that's inside of the hiddenness. Bevadai gam sham nitza Hashem yitbarach, even there, God is inside of that dark place. Gam be'acharai hadvarim akashim ha'ovrim alecha, even inside of those tough things that you're going through. Ani omed, ani omed, ani omed. God says, I'm standing right there. May we feel God's presence. May we feel the presence of one another. May we peel off the layers of this darkness to find the light.
Amen.
ואפילו בהסתרה שבתוך ההסתרה בוודאי גם שם נמצא השם יתברך, ואפילו בהסתרה שבתוך ההסתרה בוודאי גם שם נמצא השם יתברך. אוי אוי אוי, גם באחורי הדברים הקשים העוברים עליך, אני אומר, אני אומר, אני אומר, גם באחורי הדברים הקשים העוברים עליך, אני אומר, אני אומר, אני אומר, ימי הסתרה שבסוף ההסתרה בוודאי גם שם נמצא השם יתברך, ואפילו בהסתרה שבתוך ההסתרה בוודאי גם שם נמצא השם יתברך. אוי אוי אוי, גם באחורי הדברים הקשים העוברים עליך, אני אומר, אני אומר, אני אומר, גם באחורי הדברים הקשים העוברים עליך, אני אומר, אני אומר, אני אומר.
שבת
Shabbat Shalom. all.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yes, that's me.
Still muted. Jane? Jane?
What's,
Jane, can you
Jane?
hear us?
yes, okay. Like, you mean
Carol and Ed.
I didn't hang up with you?
You didn't
No,
hang
you
up
didn't
from
hang
Zoom.
up. Go back.
You turned up, you turned off your
Do it.
video. but You didn't
Let's
turn
see.
off your Zoom.
I was watching The King and I. It went on 2 minutes ago. Okay. Now, how do I get you?
On the lower left-hand corner, there's a picture of.
No,
a-
but I don't have you on anymore, so I don't have.
Oh,
I
don't
have to
worry.
find-
It's all right.
I have to-
Well, make sure, are you on a phone or a computer?
No, I'm on my app. I'm on my iPad. Here, let's see if I can get off of it
Double
now.
click the button.
Wait a moment. Wait a second. Okay. I can't believe it. All right, click here for Shabbat program. Or now, where do I get off of it?
Swipe, you see the window? Swipe it up.
All right, let's see. Off?
No, we're
It's
still
off.
there.
It's not off?
No, what? Yeah,
Oh,
I
you're
want to-
gone.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have, I guess I'm gonna stay on with you. I don't know.
All right, Jane.
What?
On the lower left-hand corner, there's a little button that says, in the lower right-hand corner, there's a thing that says end meeting.
Well, I'm off of the meeting, so let's see
Then you'll
now.
hang up and we won't be able to speak to you.
Wait a second.
You and I.
What? Pardon, wait a moment. Wait a moment. Shabbat services, I'm gonna get back on it then
No.
because I was,
No, you're.
let's see if I can do this.
She just has to open.
Okay, now you're saying,
On the lower left-hand corner, there's a
It's
picture of
on
a
the start.
camera.
oh, I can't stand this.
Lower left-hand corner, there's a picture of a camera. Click on the
Oh,
camera.
now I see some of my neighbors are on here, then you're not. I don't know. I can't. Temple Beth-El Zoom, okay. I'm looking for the camera.
You see
See it.
start video? Press start video.
I don't see
It's
it.
Alt plus V. You don't have that, it's an iPad, forget that.
I don't know. I don't know who's speaking to me.
It's Ed.
Cheryl and Ed.
So, okay. I'm trying to hang up on them
We'll
and I,
speak to you another time.
yeah, I was gonna call you, but I never know when's a good time. Am I off or on with the rabbi?
You're still on, you're
You're
still
still
on
on.
Zoom.
Sorry, I can't seem to get off. So what are you gonna do?
Well, just be careful what you say, everyone in the world can hear you.
Well, I was gonna try to watch The King and I, but I guess I'm not going to because I can't.
Enjoy it. All right, we're gonna end this right now.
Yeah, I thought the services were very nice, except I can't get off of it.
We'll
And it's
speak-
hard with the technology, but what are you gonna do?
We'll
Okay,
speak to you tomorrow.
I can't, there's nothing.
Jane, do you see the button end meeting in red?
No, if I did, it says a red thing and it says subscribe. That's all I see here.
No.
I know, it's not here. Temple Beth-El has subscribers watching now. Save, report, nothing here. Nothing. What can I tell you? I can't see anything to get off of it. No, I'm gonna see what this is. No,
You know what, you'll turn your.
I mean, there's gotta be a way they can get off.
Jane, you'll turn your iPad off and.
I will, I'll just turn it off completely.
Okay, if you have any problems, call me, okay?
Get it off.
Call me if you need any help on the telephone.